Hello, my loves. So, my theme for 2026 was to choose myself in every single thing, choose myself, right? That was something that Spirit told me and something I'm trying to show up for myself every day because I know it is a challenge for myself. Here's one thing about finding your voice that I find really interesting is that it changes you physically and also emotionally. It's the growth that takes place is quite fascinating. So I had watched TikTok, God, a long time back, and it was a woman who did a video on how to find your true voice, like physically find your true voice. And she said to take a deep breath in and go, huh, and then whatever sound comes from your diaphragm is actually your true voice, right? I actually did a video on my channel a while back as well talking about that, but I want to address it in a broader sense, right? When you are speaking from your diaphragm, speaking from your chest center, right? It you speak slower. I find I'll speak for myself. I speak a bit slower when I am talking from it feels like my heart center. That's really the only way that I can say it is when you speak from your diaphragm and you feel that vibration in your chest. That's how you know that you're speaking from your diaphragm, is you feel that vibration in your chest. I speak a bit slower when I'm mindful of it. And this is also why mindfulness, it's just not a catchphrase. It really is like being mindful of how you speak about yourself, how you speak, and what you do. And that is how you're able to like grow from there. For so many years throughout my life, I have been speaking, and this happens to a lot of people. We don't speak from our true voice. We don't speak from our diaphragm and feel that vibration. We speak like this, and like it's all up here, right? And you can see my voice even got a bit higher. It's all up here, and you don't feel it here, right? So I even talk faster this way. I've been talking like this for so long that it is interesting when I tried that exercise to find your true voice, and it actually is like deeper and vibrates more. I speak at a slower level. Now I will say this, your emotion also dictates the cadence and pitch of your voice. So if you're super excited, yes, you're going to be talking faster. You're going to be, you know what I mean? Like there's more going on. Yes. But that vibration in your voice when you speak will probably stay the same. But it's being mindful. When do you switch back into speaking up here and not from your heart center, right? And then trying your best to speak in your true voice. And to do that, I there was this what's the actress's name? Cynthia Avaro. She had a what is that? The actors on actors. When actors interview actors, and Angelina Jolie was talking to her, which I wish in my life I could sit and have a conversation with Angelina Jolie, but they were having a conversation, and Angelina made a point to say, I've seen your work with other actors. I guess she teaches a class as well. Cynthia also teaches a class, and she said, Cynthia said when they do their healing, their voice actually changes. Like when they are emotionally healing, their voice changes. And I think it ties into that finding your true voice and speaking from your heart center and feeling that vibration. It is challenging now. So now physically, we're talking about that. Finding your voice emotionally can dysregulate your nervous system a bit because you are having to, and I'm going to say, standing up for yourself, choosing yourself, it is easy with strangers. It is harder with its people that you love, who you know want the best for you, and so they give you their ideas of what they think the best is for you at that time. Because the thing is, choosing yourself and your own plan for your life can look drastically different and a little bit out there to people who love you, who are not, who that's not, they may not be on the same level with that, right? And so standing up for yourself and choosing yourself and speaking your truth or sharing your plans is terrifying. It can be very terrifying to speak it to people that you love. For me, I'll give an example of me speaking to my sister. I am always fearful of coming to her sometimes with raw plans or a raw idea or like a spirit plan as it is of what I want to do, because I want to come when there's something more tangible to her. I want to, because I feel like otherwise I would disappoint her. Like, this is something that I've started and I probably won't finish it, and then she'll be disappointed. So there's more, how do I say? There's more, I'm not finding the word. My words are not working. There's more, not responsibilities, pressure put on choosing yourself when you are speaking or sharing your plans or ideas with people who love you. And it is a challenge, but one that you will have to face continuously if you choose yourself every moment of every day. You will have to face that sharing your ideas for your life and understanding that the people who love you may not agree with it or may not vibe with it. And the thing is, I told my sister my plans and she was down for it, which brings up another point of the fact that we tend to have an entire conversation with said person in our mind and already come to the conclusion of what that conversation is before we even speak to the person in reality. I think it's called foreshadowing or foresight. But we literally, like, I had the whole conversation in my head, like, oh gosh, okay, I have to make sure the idea that I have is somewhat like ironed out, like it's a tangible sort of thing, because then if I just tell her the bare bones of it, she won't be happy, or there'll be some resistance there. And I already had the whole conversation in my head with her before even, so I had already built up, like my nervous system was already built up and terrified. I've been putting off this conversation. For weeks, okay? Weeks. Because in my head, I'd already had the conversation and it hadn't gone well, right? So my nervous system was like, the minute where I was like, okay, I'm pushed to it now, I can't not have this conversation again. My heart started racing, like there was literally a physical response. But you still have to choose yourself. You still have to speak up and say, this is the plan for my life that I have, right? I would love your advice and help if able, but this is the plan that I have for my life that I'm going to move forward with, and I'm excited for it. But this is also why Spirit has been telling me, do it before you speak it. Because a lot of times when you're in the beginning phases of an idea, of a thought pattern, if you tell too many people, you won't do it, or the thought will not fully form because it's meant for you. So you have to wait till the idea or the clues, the signs from people, you have to wait till it fully comes up and comes to you, I think, and then doing it before you speak it, or at least start to do it and then you can speak it. But it's very important when you're in the beginning idea phase to hold it close, while also understanding, am I holding it close because there's a fear of sharing this with people who love me, because I already have this conversation in my head that it's going to go bad? Or it's finding that balance, right? So finding your voice is a tricky thing. Physically, you're going to feel it. And then also emotionally, you're going to have to face that. And so breathwork exercises, I'll do another video on that. Breathing exercises to calm you down, tapping, rubbing your chest. These are things that are going to help your nervous system so you can get those words out and continue to speak from your diaphragm. Feel the vibration in your chest as you speak and as it resonates. And as you share your gifts and share and continue to choose yourself, it is so important, especially for the year 2026, for this year going in, year of the fire horse, to continue to choose yourself and be mindful in every moment when you don't, or when there's that resistance, because your spirit team will continue every step you take to where you want to go. Your spirit team will be like, okay, keep choosing yourself every way. There's going to be growth every step as you choose yourself. So I just wanted to come on here and share that little insight that I found within myself. So you share your ideas and thoughts in the comments. I'll talk to you later.